we go. So this is our second session, November 3rd, and we're going to use the examples of the sand dunes, which are ever changing, taken by the wind freely. And Cecilia, thank you again for sharing everything. And whoever is watching this on YouTube, if you would like the photos and the writings that I'll be referring to, just get in touch with me and I'll send them to you. Okay, good. Here we go. So we're going to stand up, and if you would all be so kind as to mute yourselves, that would be great. There we go. Even as you walk around, if you were a sand dune, everything would be shifting, right? To get to that point. So, okay, so we're doing the 5 treasures Qigong, and we start off with opening the energy gates and shaking the tree. So we'll start with shaking the tree. This is like letting everything loose. So just shake your arms, shake your hands, feel your arms flailing around. Just pay attention to just that upper extremity, and then your leg and your other leg. And we combine that with a little bouncing and shaking and recognizing that we're loosening everything up, because we want our muscles to be loose. We want all of our joints to be loose so that the energy can freely flow through. So in other words, we are going to get a freedom of energy flow, and the energy will go just where we need it to if we're not blocking it. And no resistance here. Just like the wind taking the sand. Just let it go, let it go, let it go. All right. And then just pause and stop and recognize, pay attention. Like Cecilia did with her photography. She stopped, she looked and said, oh, wow. Do you feel the difference inside your body right now? Can you say, oh, wow, am I relaxed? And then we'll go right into opening the energy gates, hip and arm swinging, it's referred to in the DVD. So just turn at your hips, just turn the hips and allow your arms to swing. So we're not going to rush. You notice when we were shaking, we went a little faster. But with this, just turn one hip forward and the other hip forward. Then you will notice your, your shoulder joints loosening up, your elbows loosening up. Pay attention to your wrists and your fingers, many joints in the fingers. Now we're going to shift the weight. So shift the weight to one leg and then shift the weight to the other leg. And just lazily, or you can just shift on one side and go turn a bit and then shift on the other, but 100% shift so that you can actually lift one leg if you needed to. Okay, and the other side. This helps the energy flow through those meridians. Remember, they're the channels through which the chi, the energy flows. Feel that? It also enables kind of a spiraling around one side of the body and then a spiraling around the other side of the body, like columns of energy, one on the left, one on the right. And your hands are soft, flailing and hitting at your body. Your internal organs are getting vibrations. Bend your elbows and hit at your chest, and in the back, you'll be hitting at the kidney area and your lower lungs. This is good for breathing as well. No rush. You can lift it, allow a heel to come off the ground if that's what's happening. But most of all, be aware of the energy shifts going on in the process of doing this very, very simple hip and arm swinging, opening the energy gates. And then slow it down, just like you're unwinding. Take a deep breath. You might still feel your body moving. Could be moving forward and back. You'll notice that on the bottoms of your feet. Or it could be moving from one leg to the other. Just notice it for a bit. You feel tingly. You feel a difference in your body's temperature. Okay, so that was our cleansing. releasing part. Now we're going into cultivating, collecting, and circulating this energy that we have got moving through our bodies. And the first thing we're going to do is ocean wave breathing. Just rocking forward and back, soles of your feet near your heels. Just slowly. Feel that. And you'll notice if you go too far forward, you're going to start losing your balance. So don't go too far. Feel the security there when you get a nice sense of, okay, I feel secure here. Feel a rhythm going on, like in the ocean, a rhythm. There's a constancy and a continuity. Even in just doing this, the inner flow of energy is changing, bringing you up and down like the ocean waves. And then we're going to bring our hands in the front of the lower dantian and coordinate our arm movements with our breathing. So rather than me telling you when to inhale and when to exhale, just notice when it is natural to take a breath in and when it is natural to exhale, and move your arms accordingly. Keep your joints soft. Notice the shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers. That's where the energy is flowing and it's released, coming down. Always coming back to that lower area, the lower dantian, called the cauldron of energy, as though you're stretching it out, expanding it, contracting it. It's an inner ocean of energy inside your body. Even if you lift your arms, allow them to float up higher and come down. When you do this slowly and you go at your own pace, you'll discover that your shoulders will not get so tired. When we try and do them like they advise there, I forget how many times, 11 times, 16 times, whatever, you're going to be concentrating on the counting and thinking, am I done yet? How many more to go? Instead, just do it as long or as short as you wish. Now, as you're doing it, you are using some arm muscles that make it tired, so you just make it smaller. Okay, let me just see if someone's coming in here. Okay. There we go. Let's keep going. And notice how there's a beautiful coordination between the soles of your feet and the heels and your arms rising. Chances are when the weight is on the soles of the feet, the arms will go up. When you transfer the weight to the heels, your arms go down. Now return to that image of the sand dunes being blown, the grains of sand being blown out, and then reforming in new configurations. And there's not a rush in that. The wind is probably not very fast. It's probably very steady. So just enjoy the flow. And then whenever you're ready to stop, we just pause with the hands in front of the lower dantian. Remember, that's the power center, the pulsating energy center. And notice how your hands feel there. Can you imagine a ball of energy now between them? Relax the shoulders so you can feel it more. And you might begin to even notice something going on down there in that lower abdominal area. It's like a fruit basket. It's like a bowl that's full of energy, pulsing all the time, pulsing up and down, front and back, sideways. Your hands are right there, just relaxing. Now this relax in stillness. That's challenging. Relaxing in stillness. How do we do that? Doing nothing And while you're doing nothing, everything is alive and happening and moving in your body, as long as you're relaxed in doing nothing. Okay, good. Now, if you need to kind of shake around or move your feet, go right ahead. You don't have to move from one move to the next. The second that we're going to do is called drawing up earth energy. Okay. And when we draw up earth energy, if we're going to draw up, we want our arms to rise up to get ready to come down to the earth. Where are your feet? Are you feeling stable down there? Sink the roots in. Sink roots into the earth. And then come down. Just lower your body, keeping the back straight, squatting. Feel like you're sitting down. And then as you draw up on each side, you're drawing up. Draw up the energy from the earth, bring it right through, and then release it. So you're kind of like a tree growing there. And then come down for more. Your knees get soft, and you can bend over a little bit, not much. Drawing up slowly. Can you imagine the trunk of a tree there and all the sap rising? Bringing up perhaps minerals and the water and the earth, whatever is needed down there. Or we're going to use sand dunes. Imagine the winds blowing up and expanding until a new formation is made. And down you go. Now, as you're doing this very slowly, notice how your breathing is. You can choose to breathe fast, slow it down. I'm going to widen my feet because it would feel more comfortable. So I just did that. You got to listen to your own body so that you feel very stable. Remember, the earth energy is physical. Just relaxing down, gathering up with a sense of gratitude, since we're coming into Thanksgiving also. Think about that. And up. And relax. I'm hoping that you're discovering that it actually becomes easier to do this. You don't have to go all the way up over your head if your arms are tired. Come down wherever you want. Easier to do this when you're doing it slowly. Now we're going to end this one by bringing our hands again right in front of your belly, right in front of the dantian. Move them in or out. How do you feel the energy moving in your body now? Perhaps it's more vertical, up and down, between earth and heaven. Notice how your hands are feeling. Is there any pulsation between your palms? And just relax in that stillness. If you feel uncomfortable in any way, if your shoulders are tight, loosen them up. If your knees or feet need to be repositioned, do that. Because if you're going to relax in stillness, you want to be peaceful, you want to be tranquil. And those are precious moments. Allow yourself to feel. Accept how you are feeling in this moment of time. Now, if you need to lower your hands, they're more comfortable, do that. Make the adjustments that your body is calling for you to do, so you can be relaxed. Because the next move is going to be gathering in starlight. And that is pretty vast when you think about it. We're going out into the universe. Okay, I'm just going to take a look at what is coming forth here. Okay. All right. So loosen up again, but do it slowly, very slowly. You don't want to shake and move fast at all. So I'm going to do some pretty profound gathering now, gathering in starlight. Whoa. Okay, so take one hand, whichever you wish, 4 fingers to the thumb, and bring that hand slowly around to your mid back. Now feel there as though your fingers are like a pointer, and you'll just feel kind of almost a notch perhaps back there. If you're sitting or standing, you'll feel that. Okay, that's called the Ming Men, which is meaningless basically for us, but it's also the gate of life is what that means. It is where the kidneys and the adrenals are. They're like the batteries there. Okay. Now, what we're going to do while our hand is here, and try to relax it if you can. It may not be staying right up there, but we're in that vicinity because that's where we're going to draw the energy into the gate of life, opening the door. The other hand is going to come around. Now turn the hip and circle around and draw in to the lower dantian. Okay. And we're just standing still now. Then we're going to go up to the heart mind, and then above. Okay, so there are 3 positions. And then when we end it, and we'll just go down now again, just to feel it, from the head, the spiritual part, the heavens, and then the heart, mind, and then the lower dantian. That will come at the end. Okay, shake that hand out a little bit. Now, as we let that arm down, and as you bring your arm around, shift your weight to that side and step at a slight angle, because we're going to shift our weight forward and back and use the whole body. Now, just shifting your weight back and forward. So all of you is going to be involved in this gathering. And the arm will come up, and it's going to go past the lower dantian first, shift the weight to the back, and it draws the energy in at that level. And then we go on up. As you shift forward, feel the weight in the front leg and back into the heart area. And then forward again. And then as you come back up into the wisdom, the spirit center, and we stay up there. Now, it was advised to make like 6 cycles above. However is comfortable. Look at your hand that's going around. Just look at that. Let your eyes follow your hand. And imagine the air around you like the wind and you're the sand, okay? And the air is just blowing that sand around. You're vast, you're scooping, you're expanding into the universe. So picture yourself just kind of zooming out there, just zooming out there. And as soon as your arm starts getting a little tired, lower, come on down. Now we're gathering this energy in the palm of our hand, going way, way out there. And it's circulating around us, coming in through our body and going into that gate of life behind us. And as you get lower, it becomes easier. Feel the weight on the back leg, on the front leg, and back. And then when you're ready, when the weight is all on the back leg, we will simply step back like you're drawing that leg back, slide it back, and let the other arm in the back come down and rest. Okay, now we're going to do the same on the other side. So we'll start simply by putting the 4 fingers to the thumb, bringing that around the back, between the kidneys, the adrenals. Remember, it's a battery, and they were going to charge that battery. We're plugging in, okay? And then the other hand, first, I'm sorry, let's get our feet anchored, okay? So we're nice and sturdy. Remember, change your foot position whenever you want. And that this hip goes forward, that shoulder goes forward, your hand is open, and it's just gathering in at that earth level. And then it's going to gather in at the heart mind. Not reaching, but just flowing, like the sands flowing in the breeze. And then we're going to come down again, just to remind us what it feels like at those different heights of gathering in starlight. Okay, now we're going to step forward with the same foot as the hand that is moving. First of all, find where you're secure. So shift your weight forward and back, and just get that sense of security. And then start turning the forward hip. As you go forward, turn the hip. You notice your shoulders going forward. And just kind of like you're gathering from the earth. Scooping, scooping, scooping. Then we're going to go further out to the biosphere. Gather everything around your room as many times as you want. And then even further out, outside of whatever dwelling you're in. Go further. Gather over your whole town, your village, your city, your county, your state, and then go on all the way up above the earth. You skip the country, but just find yourself, imagine yourself taking in the energy of the universe. Feeding your soul. Remember to go at your own pace. Feel the shift forward, feel the shift back. What's your breathing like? Accept it for what it is. Pay attention to the shoulder of the arm that's doing the gathering. If it's getting tired, bring it down. Now, this is where it's important to find your own pace, and you'll enjoy doing these moves when you are aware of what works comfortably for you. What do you imagine? And then start coming down if you haven't already. Being aware you're gathering into your mind, into your heart, into your physical being, all the energy you need. And then we're going to kind of lift or gather that front foot back, slide it maybe. You don't want to lift it up, and bring both arms down. And just relax the shoulders here. Just your feet so you're comfortable. Okay. You may discover your hands totally still, or maybe they're moving. What do your palms feel like right now? What do your fingers feel like? Can you feel any pulsation out from that dantian, that area in the middle of your body? The gate of life, the main men, is directly behind the front dantian. It's right in the back, so it gives you that feeling of expansion, contraction right in that area. And just relax in stillness, total stillness. Shoulders, neck, how do they feel? You need to move them a little bit. Never hesitate to adjust that which is uncomfortable. It's your body. You're the only one living in it. You're the only one can tell what's going on and what needs to be done or changed. Okay, now we've focused on the earth, the ocean actually, and the earth, and then the universe, the starlight, the sky. Now we're going to open our heart, the biosphere where we live. So we're going to begin by opening our heart and giving freely, bringing your hands up, adjust your feet if you need to, and palms up, knees sink a little bit, and then this is an act of giving right from the heart, straight out. Come around. And your hands may turn back just a little bit, not sharply, but gently, as though you're scooping energy around you. So your heart is actually bigger and you're giving freely, totally of all that you are. Now you may sink your knees, or you may just stand absolutely still or sit absolutely still. But smile as you give to. Give with a sense of gratitude to be able to share who you are. This is a letting go. And when we give from our heart, we never get exhausted. We never drain out. You notice as you're giving, and then your hands come around and they will turn towards the earth and towards your back and come forward, and then the palms come up. So you're gathering an energy and you're giving it out. Notice how you're breathing. Maybe inhaling as you come back and exhaling, giving. And inhaling, exhaling. And that's the only time we can even say a word is ha, yeah. Ha, is the sound of the heart. But if you want to say hello to someone, you have to inhale first, take it in, and then hello. Here it is. I'm giving you my words. Giving freely. Now, do you feel anchored in your feet? Do you feel drawn up towards the heavens? So you're actually giving from your midpoint, your heart. The energy converges. We'll go around one more time. And then we're going to reverse it. So with the palms up, now we give with open hands, we receive. So bring your hands back towards your heart or your elbows towards your waist and draw in. You may find your knees sinking a little bit. Now the opposite, your hands come around. Notice the wrists are soft, elbows are soft, fingers are soft, palms are soft, and you draw in. Now this is done with a sense of gratitude as well. Gathering in is taking in from all of the biosphere, which would be nature, from trees, from plants, from rocks, from sand dunes, from the leaves, whether they're on the tree or they're fallen onto the earth. Taking it all in. Breathing in people, they're part of that biosphere, that middle road. Taking family, friends, and smile as you think about those elements in your life that feed your soul, your body, your mind, your spirit. Feel your wings open in the back, your scapula open as you come around and draw in. And then your scapula gets closer, the two wings get closer. Yeah, arms are the wings of the heart. We give and receive. Now, literally, this does help to open our heart in both of these moves. It is a cardiac exercise as well. If it's done slowly, if it's done with a sense of relaxation, with a sense of joy and gratitude. You can start feeling that. You'll notice that this does not take as much shoulder motion as some of the other moves have, and sometimes you can do this longer. Let's do one more really, really slowly. So we're more aware of what we're taking in. And then just let the hands come down. Again, we relax in the stillness. Now you've been standing still or sitting still. If you need to move your knees or legs, do so. And re-anchor. And, and again, pay attention. Let's begin by paying attention to the palms of our hands. What do they feel like? Is there an energy between them? It's there whether you feel it or not. That energy is not just between your palms, but if you turn your hands facing your lower belly, it's in there too. And you might feel an expansion, contraction in the lower belly as you just relax. Again, if your arms are tired there, you can bring them down here, but imagine the energy coming up into the belly area. Or you could still feel between your palms here. And it's not a small ball of energy. It might be something bigger, more vast that you're going to feel in this whole area. So if your hands are down here, that's fine, as long as you can relax. Or here, wherever you wish to be. Just being, I'm thinking of the sands of time. A timeless moment where we don't have to think about what time it is anywhere. We're here, we're now, we're in the moment. Just as Cecilia's photography pointed out, in the moment is that drop of water on a leaf, reflecting. And if we take that moment and appreciate that moment, we see great beauty wherever we are. Okay, so just remain there for a moment. Okay. Okay, now our final move. So let's just move around again in a relaxed way, slowly, slowly, like you're an amoeba. Remember that lava lamp? Start feeling that expansion, that contraction, the raising, the lowering out to the sides. Now, we're going to draw down heaven chi. So, again, we want to anchor our feet. This seems mindlessly simple, I know. But in simplicity, it's just like the simplicity of those sand dunes, right? In the simplicity, there is great power and great energy and healing going on. So drawing down heaven chi, we're going to kind of squat. So feel that at first. Feel yourself going down a little bit. Your tailbone is going to kind of sink. Just feel your tailbone sinking. So your back is straight and everything's going down the center. So our arms are now going to come up as we come up from that squat and slowly gathering in all the energy of the heavens, the universe, and we're going to draw it down in each palm on either side of that chi pole. Many, many, many colors, iridescent colors, just drawing it down effortlessly and sink, squat just a bit, stay comfortable. And as you rise, you're rising up from the earth into the heavens, whatever you think heaven might be, whatever good stuff. Think of the universe, the stars, the sun, the energy up there. It's amazing. And we are a part of that. And we're drawing on that, just as we drew from the earth. Excuse me. And come around again. Now, in this vastness, as you come up, imagine your body expanding far out beyond your skin, beyond your fingertips, and drawing in all the energy you can imagine. Your knees get soft. Now, sometimes I find when my hands get just at the dantian, my knees straighten out a little bit. And then they rise. So your whole body is involved. As I'm pushing down, I'm pushing down and my knees are getting a little soft here. And then I get to a certain point and I'm going to push and it's going to push my spine up. So kind of play with that. What feels natural to you? That's what matters. Whatever feels natural. Feel your shoulders relaxing. You feel resistance in your palms as though you're pushing the heaven energy right down through your body into the earth. Maybe through your legs. Can you feel your feet more anchored because of that heaven energy coming down through you and out through the bottoms of your feet? Okay, then we're going to do one more really slow as you can go. Don't follow my pace. Follow your own. And this way, we feel every little nuance as our arms rise up. And have gathered all that energy in the palms, and then every little nuance. Are your hands facing down, or maybe they're facing your body and you're feeling energy coming out of your palms, kind of like a CAT scan as you come down. And we're going to end in that same place, the lower dantian, where all the energy is gathered, accumulated. Remember, we're concentrating this energy that we've been moving around. We've been collecting it from the ocean, from the earth, from the sky, from the heavens, the stars, our heart. And it's all going to come right down here. So relax. And notice if your palms feel any different than they did before. Relax in stillness. Be still and know who you are. Be aware of everything going on within you, as well as everything going on around you. It is. And then just gently let your arms come down. Okay, now we're going to store all this energy. So remember, in the beginning, we're cleansing it, then we're collecting, and we're circulating it throughout our body, and it's going wherever it needs to go. So now we're going to store it. Very simple. You're just going to brush each arm. Take one hand up to the shoulder, palm up, just brush down. Makes no difference, upper hand or lower hand, and then brush down the other side. No rush, just brush it out. And then same with the opposite hand. Down and brush, up and brush out. Then we'll do our lower extremities, our legs. Just go down the outsides slowly and just brush it into the earth. And then the insides of the legs, both at the same time, brush it into the earth. Then go down the front. Again, no rush. And finally, the back. You can even go over your buns and cruise over those. They're like sand dunes, huh? And then into the earth. And then the chest, from the neck to the lower belly. Relax the shoulders, relax your neck. And as many times as you wish. Again, we're focusing the energy. It's going down here. Okay, then one hand over the other, over the belly button, or put your thumbs on your belly button and your hands will be below that. And what we're going to do is make slow circles. Now I'm turning my body to the side as my hands go over. And we're just going to do 3 circles on each side. 1, 2, 3. And then go the opposite way. We're concentrating the energy down here now. 1, 2. Make that circle a little smaller. 3. And just relax with your hands over your belly, shoulders relaxed, soften the knees, soften the shoulders, and take a deep breath. Take a deep breath while your hands rest right over that dantian area. Just relax. And then when you're ready, very slowly, again, bring your hands out to that position we had before where your palms are facing each other. But this time, you might want your palms to face the lower dantian area. Just like you're holding chi. You know, you can hold it up here. Some people imagine a great big circle here and they're just embracing it and feeling the energy throughout. Or holding it down here, wherever you wish. Find your spot. That's where you belong. And this position is held for as long as you are comfortable. And that will vary. The more you practice these moves, the slower you go, the more comfortable you will become in holding a position like this for a longer time. Now, this can be a meditation position. It's called many different things, holding the light for one. But you could do this anywhere, anytime, and just go into this position, taking a deep breath, because you will have known through practice what it feels like to have that energy, that chi, that life force flowing through you so freely. And you're just holding it there, holding your space. Now, if you're getting tired, let your arms come down by your sides. If not, just maintain this and simply notice, pay attention to what's going on in your palms and your body. And then eventually, just let your arms come down. Let's shift our weight to the left leg. And then as we shift our weight towards the right, our arms will come up. Slide that foot over, palms together in prayer hands, and slowly remind yourself that you exist between the heaven and the earth, and both of those realms will feed you, will nourish you in the ways that you need if you take the time, if you slow down and allow it to be. Sink the knees, open up, and step to the side. Relax the fingers and the knees and the elbows and the feet. Just unwind because we're going into the rest of our lives now. So we might as well